On Wednesday, December 16th, I found out that I had Os Trigonum Syndrome. Again. Well, I had the surgery 8 months ago in May of 2020, but that is a story for another time. This meant that I had an extra bone in my ankle that made it really painful to do what I love most, which is ballet. And I was told that I would have to get surgery to remove it and get back to doing what I love. Now, I wasn't really worried when I first heard this news because I had already gone through the surgery, but I just saw this as another setback in my ballet career. I would have to skip out on dance again, and I would have to stop doing what I love again. At times, I saw this as God trying to tell me that this career wasn't meant for me. At times I would think that it's easier to just give up than to build myself back up. The first time I recovered from the surgery, it was really about just getting back on my feet. But this time, I want to make a complete 180. I want to become a stronger, healthier, and more beautiful version of myself. I thought the first time around would have been my huge comeback, but sometimes you need a second chance because time wasn't ready the first time. Starting all over again is not that bad, because when you reset, you get a second chance to make things right. Welcome to Mission Reset.
Cause I'm young, why they tryna hate on having fun? I'm just young, it's my intuition, blur my vision cause it's fun. Tuesday night I'm drunk as fucking laughing cause I'm young. They so fucking salty that I'm higher getting dumb. Cause I'm young, I don't see.
So my check-in time for my surgery was at 1:15, and honestly I did not record that much because I was a nervous wreck. Even though I had already gone through this same exact operation before, just the idea of going under anesthesia really frightens me. So I got to the surgery center around 12:30 and they took me back into my little individual section, and the nurse had me change into a gown and a cap. I just got my IV put in and I'm waiting to talk to the anesthesiologist and to my doctor. I already put the IV in my hand. You guys know how much I hate needles. Do I actually look like a jellyfish this time? I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten since midnight. It's been 12 hours. I've been watching food videos. So I remember all of the nurses coming into my room. They unlatched my bed and they started wheeling me into the operating room. I remember they took me past these huge double doors and it was like, do not enter. And I was like, holy shit, this is real. My doctor came up to me. He was like, are you ready? And I was like, yes, I am. I'm ready to not be a broken dancer anymore. So I was sitting there for a little bit trying to take everything in, trying to calm down. And then all of a sudden they put this mask around me. I remember it took me 4 really deep breaths and I was knocked out. And what felt like 30 seconds later, but it was really 4 hours later, I woke up in the recovery room. I remember I opened my eyes for the first time and I was so drowsy, and I was looking around, I was like, where the heck am I? And I looked to my left side and I remember seeing my bedside nurse next to me. She's like, hey, you're awake, are you okay? When I got the surgery in May 2020, I remember waking up and I was feeling so nauseous. But when I first woke up, I felt fine, and she was like, do you want any water or apple juice? I was like, can I have some apple juice, please? She brought me a can of Welch's apple juice with a little straw, and I took 2 sips, and I was like, I feel like throwing up. So then the nurse was like, oh, no. So she took away the apple juice and she was like, we are going to give you some Zofran, which is a medication for nausea. She gave me a shot on like my lower back / my upper butt, and it stung for a little bit, but honestly I was way too drowsy to even care. And right after that I took a nap for another 30 minutes, and after I woke up from that 30-minute nap I was feeling pretty good. They put me into a wheelchair and a very kind man discharged me. He wheeled me out of the hospital. I met with my parents outside. They put me into my car and they drove me home.
Tamo, alam ni Yogi eh.
Some you get better, ate.
Oh, sabi niya. Oh, my poor baby.
I'm watching ballet videos already. I remember when I first got home, the only thing I wanted was food. So I started fasting at midnight and I had gotten home around 8 o'clock p.m. And if you do the math, that's about 20 hours without food. I was so hungry, guys. I was surprised at how much food I was eating all at once. Probably not recommended to do eating a lot of food at once, to do it really slowly, but I did not feel sick or nauseous after eating all that food, so everything was fine. I also wasn't in any pain at all from the time I woke up to the time I got home, and after my feast of a meal, I went to bed that night. For the majority of my first week post-op, I barely recorded anything. I filmed a couple videos for you guys, but like vlogging my day-to-day life, I just could not vlog. My life was just boring this whole week. I mostly spent my time in bed watching Avatar: The Last Airbender. It was just such a hassle for me to move around, like even going from my bed to my desk, which is like a foot apart. It was just such a hassle, but I still did try to push myself to move around as much as I could. 2 days after my surgery, I even pushed myself to do a little bit of upper body. I promised myself that I would come out stronger after the surgery, so why not start as soon as possible? So literally my life at this point was either laying in bed, in the kitchen downstairs eating, playing with my bunnies downstairs, or playing Valorant and editing videos at my desk. So yeah, life was pretty boring, but it was honestly so good for me mentally and physically. Mentally, I was just so drained at this point and I needed a break from everything. And physically, like you guys know, I dance a lot and my body really needed a break. So it was really nice to have a week where I just didn't have to do anything. I haven't picked up the camera at all this week just because it has been just so hard, just like existing. Here is my splint. I haven't been experiencing any pain at all and I haven't had to take my painkillers. Sometimes at night I'll feel like the incision point like throbbing kind of, but not really any extreme pain. Sleeping with this thing, it is so uncomfortable for me. I never sleep on my back, I'm always laying on my side, so it was so hard to find a comfortable position for me because I had to keep this leg elevated at all times. I sent some more applications to ballet companies. At this point, I think I've sent 30 emails to companies. I have missed a ballet so much, guys. I feel so disconnected from my studio, but I'm not gonna lie, guys, at the same time, sometimes late at night, like, you know, late night thoughts, I'm like laying in my bed and I'm like, this is so much easier than going back to dance and like going through the recovery process and like coming back. Like, why don't I just lay here for the rest of my life? And I cut it off right there. I said, nope. We're not gonna have this kind of energy. Yes, sometimes I think like, why don't I just like quit dance altogether? Like that would just be so much easier, but life isn't easy and you can't always take the easy route. So you gotta go through the hard things to be able to accomplish your dreams. So I have to leave soon. Today they're just taking off the splint, but they are not taking out the stitches, so I'm gonna have the stitches in for 1 more week. Then next Friday, these stitches will be taken out, and then I will be leaving to go back to Ohio the next day, and I am back to ballet. So yeah, I can't wait to get this cast off. It is so itchy, it is so heavy, and it is so uncomfortable. So yeah, let's go. Okay, let's see what I can do. I've been able to walk for a little bit, but not for like long periods of time. If I am walking for long periods of time, I have to use this because I'm mostly feeling pain on like the inside of my ankle. My foot was really bruised in that area, so I'm assuming that's why it hurts a lot. But yeah, every day I'm improving more and more. I'm getting my range of motion back and I'm able to walk again somewhat. I think I will be recovered in no time. Right now I'm going to do a quick upper body workout since that's all I can work right now. My doctor told me not to do anything too crazy right now since I still have to wait for the incisions to heal. So yeah, I need to get moving and let's go. While I was doing that last set of tricep extensions, which was the last exercise I was doing, it brought me back to my very first time in the gym. If you guys saw my fitness journey video, I talked about my first time in the gym. I actually remember that like my actual first time in the gym was actually while I was on vacation at Virginia Beach. This was when my brother first asked me if I wanted to start going to the gym, and I was like, sure, why not? And he was like, well, since we're on vacation here and there's a gym here, like why don't we try out some exercises in the gym? And I remember the last exercise in our workout that day was the same exercise, tricep extensions, and I remember how weak I was, and I remember I was like crying and I was like, no, I can't do it, this is so hard. So yeah, it brought me back to that time when I was unhealthy, very underweight, very skinny girl. And since I've stepped away from the gym for a little bit, it's kind of like me starting all over again right now. Since right now I'm trying to restart my fitness journey, it's like coming full circle. I don't know, just I felt so nostalgic for some reason during that moment, and I just wanted to share that. So I have to go watch and observe rehearsal on Zoom today. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, so while I was working out, I was like, holy crap, my calf is so small now. Yeah, but like, look at that difference. Look at how small. It's almost like it's like a freaking lollipop stick. Let's see how I can point my feet today. Yes, I'm still trying to get my ankle flexibility back, and this is kind of making me really nervous, but this is the same thing that happened last time with this foot, so yeah. Little foot update. I'm not gonna lie guys, today my mood is kind of down. My mood is better now. It is a little better than it was earlier, but like earlier in the morning I was feeling really down. I try to upload twice a week on YouTube, and I have been for the past few weeks. I don't know, this week I just don't have any motivation to film or edit videos. I don't know why, because I find so much like creative joy in like the filming process and editing, and that's why I love creating YouTube videos, but for some reason this week I've just kind of lost that, and I just don't have any motivation to do anything. I don't even feel like working out today, and I know I'm not obligated to because I'm still recovering, but like, I don't know, man. But perfect timing though, I was scrolling through my Instagram feed and my friend Sophie posted these amazing words to her page, and it was basically about how, as she is an artist, right now she is in a creative slump, or like a funk as you guys would call it. And I feel like everyone can resonate with this so much, because especially being like in isolation, being in quarantine, I've definitely lost motivation and I don't feel like doing anything a lot of the times. And sometimes I forget that life is not normal right now. We are in the worst times right now, being in this pandemic. So if you are feeling the same way, just know that you are not alone. And I know in my fitness journey video, I said, like, in terms of working out, you can't rely on motivation, you gotta rely on self-discipline, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. But right now, being that we're in a pandemic and these times are not normal, you need to be kinder to yourself. I have this tendency to define my self-worth in how productive I am, but then I remind myself that I am a human being, not a robot, not a working machine. I have emotions and feelings too, and it's totally valid to feel that way, especially during a time like this right now. One of my favorite quotes that Sophie said in her post was that healing has never been and is not linear, and I love that. Your mental health and happiness is priority over anything. So please be kind to yourself. Okay, after an hour of playing Valorant, which is taking time for myself, I feel so much better. I feel like I've let off a lot of steam, and I promised myself that I would change this year and better myself. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Let's do this workout. It is 8:46 in the morning right now. This is the earliest I've gotten up to do a workout. Usually I wait until like at least afternoon, just because I'm so like lazy in the mornings and I feel like I need a couple hours to wake up. And today I really surprised myself because I did not have to rest or anything. I'm really surprised about how much strength I still have, which is amazing. Also, I was able to do a full plank today. This past week I've been having to do a plank on my knees because going into the plank position on my foot really hurt, like putting my toes back like that. But for some reason today it wasn't hurting whenever I put my foot in that position, so I was able to do a full plank and I'm really proud of myself. I'm like improving, and I thought I was improving like really slowly, but in the end, like, I'm improving really fast because I'm taking things nice and slow, and now good things are happening. Today I have my last post-op appointment for now. Today I get to take out the stitches, and then my doctor will give me a PT program for me to do at home. I will not have a physical therapist. Last year when I did the surgery, I did not have a physical therapist just because of COVID, and also this surgery doesn't really require like very intense physical therapy. You can basically do it on your own. So yeah, let's make today a good day. Thank you all so much for watching episode 1 of my comeback journey. This is just the beginning of a new amazing journey, and I can't wait to bring you guys along with me. If you want to follow along on my journey, please feel free to subscribe so you don't miss another episode. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Hit the like button if you want to support me. Leave a comment down below because I love talking to you guys, and I will see you all later.
I need more sleep, so don't test me. I don't want things to get messy. Yeah, drop down and leave your ass empty. Yeah, like I just wanna hit delete. Come and test me, hit you with that smite.